to have everyone here because actually now let me see. Wow, 42 attendance. Wow, very good, very good. Everybody very on time. Okay, thank you. Thanks one more time. Thanks. I believe that today anybody attended yesterday talk, Mr. Lee talk. Can I have one? Anybody? Wait, yes. Oh, okay. James. Hi, James. Good evening. Gujaran, Eric, everybody. Yes. Oh, Vincent, you're here. Yes. Okay, Pepe. Wow. Okay. That's why everybody's so on time, Mr. Lee, today. Because yesterday talk was fantastic. Okay. We really learned a lot from Mr. Lee talk yesterday. For those who miss it, today you can have a second time to view it. Okay. Before we start, maybe let me introduce a little bit about Mr. Lee. Okay. So anybody here first timer beside just now David from Penang, Desmond, Stephanie, is it, or first timer? David also first timer here, and anybody else first timer here? Okay, let's welcome our first timer here today. So today I'm not going to tell any story because actually our tapioca is not here. Okay, so today I'm going to share a little bit about maybe let me introduce a little bit about Mr. Lee. So first of all, welcome everybody and also Mr. Lee. Okay, today why I'm here today is actually because of Mr. Lee also. When first time Rebecca approached me with the I'm laser, frankly speaking, I really don't believe what actually I'm laser is and also how it works. Okay, after I attended Mr. Lee talk, I feel really impressed and also I get a lot of information from there because actually what he shared is actually all the information related to science, like the science behind this medical device. So I hope that everybody, you all really put your effort here, put your time and also concentrate to learn more from Mr. Lee because actually he's a fantastic speaker and also he knows a lot about this information about this. Okay, today we are not going to focus on solely arm laser only. We are going to focus on the harm and also prevention of hypertension. I believe that majority of us, either our own family or parents or maybe friends that above maybe 40 or some below 40, they already got hypertension. So actually what is harmful and also how to prevent it? Can it be prevented or not? Mr. Lee will tell us. Okay, so next, let me introduce a little bit about Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee is actually, he's actually a nutritionist, is a health consultant, physical and also spiritual counselor. So you can see from here, actually he did invited by some of the people to do some detox and detoxification, detox, body detox, all these things to share on how to have a better diet. Okay, so in terms of physical or spiritual, also he's actually a very good consultant. So let's say you come across any mind or maybe mindset problem or this thing, you all can consult Mr. Lee. So this is actually another advertisement. Okay, the interview by Guang Ming. Wang Ming Zipao. Okay, about maybe diet side, because actually not only for, I mean, in terms of take care of your whole body, not only wearing I'm laser okay. So can Mr. Lee chase ghosts? Can or not, Mr. Lee? Mr. Lee, can
Yeah. Can.
Okay. Okay, good. Listen, you can. Thank you, David. Okay, we will share this push out on this more okay later. Okay, so I think we have about 52 participants. Wow, very good attendance. Okay, Mr. Lee, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I think our past you.
Okay.
Wait, okay.
Okay, so good evening, everyone.
Okay, you can take over this one. You can take over. Okay, let's welcome Mr. Lee. Let's put our hand together and welcome Mr. Lee. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so good evening to everyone. So I have to open my desktop first. Okay, wait. Yeah, how come my screen is not here? Okay, I have to share first. Okay, can see
Okay,
see
good.
The screen, Okay. So because I think quite a number of people, they are first time attending. Okay, so good evening to everyone. So first of all, I still have to say that just excuse me if my English is not that pure. Okay, except my Malaysian English lah. Okay, Rojak English. Okay, I will try my very best because I'm Chinese educated. So if you know Chinese, yesterday I've already gone through one round on this topic regarding hypertension. So today I will repeat in English. I will try my very best to explain fully in English. If I face some difficulties, please help me. So I know most of you all are English educated very strong in English one. You can help me especially when you mention about some illness. Okay, excuse me if all of a sudden I can't remember what is the name of the illness. You please help me. Okay, but because normally when I give consult, I consult in Chinese and I learn a lot of all this illness study also using my mother language. There is Chinese. Okay, so sometimes all of a sudden come out with some certain terms in medical terms, very difficult to remember. Sometimes I won't be able to remember all the terms also. Okay, so I might face difficulty. Okay, if there is some rare disease or if you mention about that. Okay, forgive me on that. Okay, so we talk about hypertension today. Okay, so far 40% of Malaysian have hypertension, the problem of hypertension, and then I think maybe more than 40% because a lot of people they didn't really go and check their blood pressure quite so often, and sometimes even never check before. Okay, even though the machine to check blood pressure is very common now, but a lot of people they still don't know why they didn't really know the condition of their blood pressure. Okay, and then this is something which it reflect the awareness of on health among Malaysian. We are not that sensitive and not that particular in checking our blood pressure regularly, and then this is not a very good sign also. Okay, so 40 or maybe possible go up to 50% of Malaysian. That means every two, one will have hypertension. And then all the while, hypertension are a certain condition. Normally it belongs to middle or old age people. But we see recently the people who are getting involved in hypertension getting younger and younger also. And then since we know tree high is the most basic illness normally that we have, and then if we didn't control it properly, it would develop into very serious chronic illness in a later stage. Okay, so in order to prevent all those very serious illness, we are encouraged to check and then to monitor our this high blood pressure, high glucose, high cholesterol regularly, and make sure it won't be very high, so that it won't develop all kinds of illness later on. And then mostly there are some symptoms will happen you might experience when you have hypertension. But unfortunately, some people they might not experience this kind of symptoms when you are not that serious yet. The earliest stage of hypertension, maybe you don't have any because it will develop very slow, and then you don't really feel that you got problems, and then this is the reason why normally people wouldn't go and check their blood pressure, because no symptoms. Some people, but some people do have some symptom like headache, dizziness, or maybe sometimes like sleep disorder. But nowadays, because sleep disorders is no longer we seldom experience it, because nowadays the youngster normally they sleep very late or in the early morning. Okay, so they don't know what is sleep disorder. They don't feel can very difficult to go and sleep, because normally they can sleep but they don't want to sleep only. So quite only those old age people, they might experience sleep disorders, but they thought sleep disorder is a very natural process, or because of aging one. So they tend to ignore the symptoms also. Okay, so that's why sometimes we will develop, we discover that our high blood pressure is getting very high already, only when we go into a very serious position already, or like second or third stage of this is what we call the hypertension. Okay, so the fourth symptoms, maybe this symptom is, if happen, you will take action, and then you will notice, there is something wrong with your health already. Okay, there is this tinnitus. Okay, that means got sound inside the ear there. Okay, this is very disturbing, and then you might because of this you cannot sleep. Okay, and then normally you have these symptoms, it means the circulation in the ear there got some problem already, and then you maybe you will get immediate action, okay, to rectify it, because you cannot really stand the sound one. Okay, tak boleh tahan the disturbance. Okay, so the last one, normally we will experience, but normally we thought there is just because we don't exercise those problems only, or there is this limb numbness, and then that is very common among a lot of people, but we thought because of lack of exercise, and then this cause slow blood circulation, and then there's not a big problem, so we tend to ignore it, and then only and then give time and chance for it to develop into a later serious stage. Okay, so actually why we are so scared and so worried, or if we have a high blood pressure, or the danger of what is the danger of high blood pressure? Okay, here we can see from here very clear. Okay, high blood pressure actually is quite easy to handle one, but if you really ignore it and you didn't take any action to control it, it will develop into a certain stage, which will cause a very serious problem like vision damage. Okay, because the pressure actually, when we talk about high this blood pressure, that means when the heart is pumping, there will be a swing, okay, a push from the heart there, and then this pressure, it will develop a pressure inside the vessel, and then this pressure we call the blood pressure. Okay, so when your heart acting, when it compress and then it relax, there will be two types of pressure inside the vessel one. Okay, one is when the heart is compressing. Okay, so this is called what we call, normally when we mention about pressure, the high one normally is when the heart is pumping. Okay, is putting a very good strong strength, okay, to push, okay, your blood to let it moving. Okay, so this is the meter reading, or when the heart is doing this. So after that, the heart will release, and then they will still have pressure inside the vessel. Okay, this is the reading when your heart get relaxed. So there are two reading. So we depends on these two reading. We will get some information whether your heart is it or have the time to relax properly, or all the time is working very hard. Okay, especially when your lower reading is very high. Okay, let's say you have a reading of 140 and then over 100. So the 100 indicate is very high. It indicate your heart is not relaxing. Okay, so the heart is all the time is still in the condition, is still working very hard. It didn't relax now. So in long term, the muscle there, okay, will develop, and then you will have some problem on the heart muscle. Okay, so maybe for a very long time, okay, you will progress, and then you will cause heart failure. The muscle they will damage all this problem. So when we mention our blood pressure, we really take very serious consideration, especially when the down one, okay, is getting very high. You have to take very precaution step to avoid it to go very high, so that it won't hurt your heart so seriously. Okay, so the danger of that, if the pressure is very high, so it will give a very strong hit on all the vessel. So your vessel will get your vein, your artery. Okay, sometimes it will injure all this artery or vessel. Okay, or the vein. So inflammation may happen, and then it will cause all those clog. Okay, all this problem, and then maybe blockage will happen. So all this blockage maybe happen in your heart, and then like your this coronary artery, okay, maybe will have blockage, and then you will have heart attack, okay, and then like your brain there, okay, all the artery, small capillary inside the brain there might have clog also, and then it will cause like stroke, and then heart failure, and then sometimes, okay, it will damage your kidney also. Okay, especially the blood supply to your kidney, the artery go to your kidney there. If there is blockage happening, so the blood supply to your kidney will go down, and then you in long term damage your kidney one. So this is all very serious illness. Okay, so because of high blood tension, of course, most of the people, they will develop into a very dangerous condition. Normally, beside high blood pressure, maybe they will have like diabetic, high glucose level, okay, high cholesterol, three high or combined together, and finally, all these dangerous illness will attack you. Okay, and then don't try to challenge all this illness, because all this illness, especially if you get all this illness in a very young stage, or it will really ruin your whole life. Okay, this I got very strong feeling. Honestly, telling everyone here, I'm a patient. Okay, I'm actually involved in this health industry after, okay, I have gone through a bypass operation during my age of 38, very young. Okay, those days I'm very fat. Okay, and then almost 125 kg one, very fat. Okay, and then I got a blockage on three, also in my heart there, and then I have to gone through a bypass. So today, after almost 16 years, okay, so after the operation that I've gone through, then I stopped my earlier work. Actually, I'm an accountant earlier. Okay, and then I start to learn nutrition, and then I involve in follow a lot of all those teachers from Taiwan, learn how to do naturopathy, all this. Okay, and I practice it, because so far I know, okay, a lot of people after especially I know my character also, and then I observe a lot of people, they have this kind of behavior also. The pain, okay, normally we experience, we will forget the pain in after few years one. Okay, and then because of I not really have the knowledge or how to take care of my health earlier. Okay, so I tend to eat a lot, especially I like to take all the wild animals. Okay, so if like you mentioned about all kinds of animals, maybe I've tried before. Okay, and then this what happened? Okay, the blockage happened. Okay, because too good lah. I take they didn't really take care of myself. So after I've experienced around after operation, I realized that if I recover, maybe I might forgot the pain one after few years. Okay, any changes that I have done, okay, during after the operation, okay, I changed my diet, I changed my lifestyle, but I'm not confident I will be inconsistent to maintain the lifestyle. So I have to create an environment where I will be reminded all the time. So I venture into health industry. I study nutrition and then doing all the practice, and then I follow all those Taiwan teacher, and then I involved in conducting a lot of camps, those health camp. Okay, those health camp doing all the detoxification or health camp combining detox and this what we call soul and spiritual camp. So in the process during the last of 15 years, okay, I've gained a lot of experience on that lah. That's why even though my actually my in science of like medical side is not really very high. Okay, but I've gone through all this and I learned a lot from all these experts. Okay, and I practice it. So and then I'm worried. Okay, about how to take care. So I do a lot of reading, and then finally I develop quite a good knowledge on all these health problems. And then after that, I involved in all this health industry. I give a lot of talk, and then I develop all this knowledge and experience. Okay, so that is why I join this industry one. Okay, so we come back here. We talk about blood pressure. So far, I noticed that, okay, even though this is just a very common checking, okay, on blood pressure, I still find that a lot of people actually they don't really take care, and then they don't really understand or know the reading or what it means and how to measure. Because now it's very common and very easy to get all the machine how to measure your blood pressure. But a lot of people, they still don't have this common knowledge on the measuring, and then they're not really sure, okay, when they have to take medicine, okay, what is the stage of high blood pressure. They don't have that kind of knowledge one. So here maybe I give a little bit, okay, a brief understanding, and then a simple explanation on how to take the blood pressure. Because I noticed that a lot of people, they tend to have make mistake on this. Okay, like measuring of blood pressure. Normally, we encourage people to take their blood pressure, this reading, okay, in the morning, maybe around 7 something or 8 o'clock, okay, in the morning. After you wake up, okay, you drink a bit of water, and then you go to toilet. After toilet, okay, you don't eat first. After toilet, you rest for 5 or 10 minutes. Then you start measure your blood pressure. Okay, this is the right time. I will tell you why you must measure in the morning or during this period. There are reasons behind. Okay, this is the best time to measure lah. Okay, so when you take your reading, please make sure you sit properly. Okay, maybe on a chair, have a support one. Okay, and then you sit nicely with your leg firmly put on the surface okay, and then you put nicely, and then try not to what we call 翘二郎脚. Yes, that means you have to put nicely on the floor. Okay, both leg. Okay, so make sure you don't put another leg to another leg. Okay, okay. Try not to do that because it will affect your blood flow also. Or both leg, okay, must put on the floor firmly, and then you sit nicely with your back very straight. Okay, and then put on the measure reading, then the line. Okay, and then here, okay, when you measure, try not to talk so much. Silent, keep silent, because I see when you're someone helping you to get your reading during the time, mostly or you will talk one. Okay, and then in that times when you put on the things or you still talking, it will affect the reading also. Okay, try to be silent when the machine is functioning, and then try not to hold your urine, or if you feel like want to go for toilet, your bowel movement, all this, you don't try to hold it. Okay, so because when you hold it, your strength, okay, it will give some pressure to all your vessel also, and then the reading is won't be that nice. So that's why we encourage after you go toilet, okay, coming out, only then you rest for 5 to 10 minutes. Only then you measure your blood pressure, it will be better one. Okay, so these some, and then when you put on the things, try to put the line, okay, in the correct places. So far, if you go to sometimes I see some people, they must simply put the head, okay, the line there. Okay, normally you put on the middle of your hand one. Okay, okay, here actually normally you put here one. I put here. Okay, the reading will be from here. I see some people they simply put one. Okay, because sometimes even you go to hospital, okay, you see some nurse or when they take your reading also, they simply put one, because in the hospital normally the meter they use or sometimes is very powerful one. The compression is very strong one, so the reading will be very clear. So even though they didn't put in the position also, the reading is good. But sometimes the machine that we bought, we use in the house one, they are not that strong one, especially when your battery is not that strong. Sometimes the compression you give is not that solid, or you try to put the line properly. So the reading will be clearer, and then the meter reading will be more in a more accurate position. Okay, so this is the minor some of the things you have to really take care when you take your measurement. So the reading, okay, the number, what it indicates, what are the number you should read. Okay, so here from here I didn't translate these are to English. Sorry on that. I didn't realize that. Okay, so the first one, okay, I show you all. This is the normal blood pressure. Normal blood pressure actually, you see this lower than 120. Okay, actually it's in the range of 100 to 120. We consider all this is normal blood pressure. Normal, but if it goes to close to 100, or you are in the border, you have low pressure. So if below 100, 90 something, okay, indicate how you have low pressure. Okay, so the first one is when the compression of your heart. Okay, so normally this is higher. So normal one is 100 to 120. So this is when the heart get rest, and then the reading should be lower one. So this is normally lower than 80. Okay, the best one is in the range of 70 to 80 lah. Okay, sometimes it will go lower than 70, or sometimes even lower than 60. Okay, so for women, sometimes you will read like 60 something. Okay, we try not to go below like 60. Okay, that is too low. Maybe you have some problem, like your lack of blood count, okay, your blood is not that sufficient, okay, or other reason, okay, then you have tend to have very low blood pressure reading. There's no good, so it will cause some maybe sometimes it will lead to or stroke also, even when you have very low blood pressure, okay, and then from 120, okay, it's still allowed to go further up, okay, up to below 140, that means up to 139 lah. So in this range, that means 100, and then you slowly go up to 120, and then above 120, okay, up to 140, we say this is the range you have to take a little bit careful, okay, this this high blood pressure. In fact, this is still in a safe range, okay, that means 130 something, sometimes is still consider in a safe stage one. You don't have to take any pill, okay, to maybe sometimes your lifetime, and then when you get nervous, or you will tend to go up, okay, and then the lower part should read 80 to up to 89, okay, this is the hypertension. Okay, earlier when we talk about with this blood pressure reading, actually the standard of blood pressure is slightly higher one, the reading by after because the development of a certain illness become more and more like stroke, heart attack, or then the whole world, all those experts and doctors, they find that we have to take a very serious precaution in the monitor of blood pressure. And maybe some naturopathy, they claim that because of Western doctor, they tend to involve in like medication industry, and then like all this commercial industry involved medical one, they have suggest the health organization, okay, like World Health Organization, to adjust or to go down a little bit, okay, on the blood pressure requirement, or a very tight control, so they reduce the reading from 130 to 120. Okay, that is the best reading. That means 120 over 80 is the best reading now. Okay, actually taken by recommended by all the doctors one. Earlier is higher one, is allowed to go higher. But here now actually, or they will practice 120 and 80 to make sure everyone will be in this range, but without even consider their age also. But now actually they have made some changes on that lah. Just let you all know, or if your age because of aging, hardening of all this artery vein might happen. So when your age is high, your blood pressure is allowed to go slightly higher. That is normal also. You don't have to go for a medication also. But I see a lot of people, a lot of doctors, they still practice try to ask all the elders to maintain a very strict, very good this reading. Sometimes it's quite impossible one, 120 and 80. Okay, for those age or above 60, very difficult to achieve. And then if they are in the range of 130 something, or over maybe 90, they will start asking them to be under medication, which sometimes is unnecessary. Okay, so when your reading above 140 or up to 160, and then the lower part goes up to 90 and to below 100, or in this range, then you are entering the first stage of high blood pressure. This is the first stage. Okay, second stage above 160, and then the lower part is 100. So this is considered the second stage. So when you reach your blood pressure reading up to 180 or more than 180, over 110 or even 120, or you can see some people, okay, their normal is 120 over 80. Here, actually, you become 180 over 120. There is very, very high. So this is the third stage. This is a very dangerous stage. So normally when measuring your meter, you see this reading, doctor normally will ask you to stay in the hospital at least one day to check your body early. Okay, they won't allow you to simply go back or without any proper relax down and then take medication to lower down the blood pressure, because sometimes our artery and all the way maybe they can stand this pressure and then it will burst out and then you easily get a stroke, all those problem. So this is why when you reach very high reading, you have to really take serious action to prevent the happening of stroke or this problem. Okay, so don't take it easy, because I see some people even up to 180 or 200, they still take it easy, didn't go to hospital and check, just try to relax for a while, see whether it goes down or not. That is very, very dangerous one. And then some people, when they are in this range, 180 or over 120, they still didn't take their medication properly, and they didn't really go for proper checking. And this is something which are not supposed. This lack of what we call knowledge on the harm of hypertension, because for just a few years, if you really in very high blood pressure, okay, maybe for 5 years, 8 years, maybe you will develop a heart problem, okay, and then maybe it will damage your heart cells and get you later on you will involve in heart failure or this problem again. That's why normally in the early stage, when you discover that you have this blood pressure, doctor normally will insist you take under medication because the side effect of having very high blood pressure and didn't control it properly is very dangerous, especially those fluctuate very high one. Okay, so when you take your blood pressure, maybe you have some doubt when to take whether you should use your left hand or right hand, okay, and then there is any difference or not. Okay, in fact, actually use both hand also can. Okay, you can use your both hand to measure one. Okay, because both hand, even though they are slightly different, the difference won't be very high one. Okay, normally our left hand, which is closer to our heart one, the reading should be slightly higher than your right hand one. Okay, and then the difference between these two hands, it won't be higher than 20, okay, reading, okay, 20 points. Like let's say one hand is 120, the other hand is within 130, 140, still consider normal one. Okay, there is normal when you will have different reading one. Okay, only when the difference goes up, become very big, like let's say 40 points of difference, one hand is 120, the other hand is 160, then it indicates you have some problem in your artery or your vein inside the body already. The blood flow, okay, got some problem. This normally will happen, especially those people who after stroke, when you measure their blood pressure, both sides, maybe it won't be the same. And then you will find that their temperature on both sides also different. Okay, so when you measure your high blood pressure, you don't have to go particularly on certain hand. Normally, we'll advise you to take the hand which have a higher reading one. There's reason why we do that, because both hand also your reading, but one side is higher. This higher one you record down. Okay, it will indicate, okay, during a certain period, and then you try most of the time using the hand, which is higher reading one, to measure, and then consistently you take your reading. Okay, so if let's say today you use right hand, then all the while, and most of the time you use right hand, you don't simply today right hand, tomorrow left hand, and then inconsistent. Your recording should be in a consistent way. So both hand also can one, no problem one. Okay, so what happened? Okay, and then some people they might ask, oh, when is the time? Okay, because our reading, the blood pressure is not a straight line one. Huh? Okay, so because the blood pressure might fluctuate all the time. Okay, even sometimes within 10 minutes or all the times, few seconds also will have some difference in the reading one. So actually, if go according to our this normal circadian system inside the body, because we tend to have this circadian system control how the body function, man. We find that this a graph, okay, they take the blood pressure every hours on normal people, normal lifestyle, okay, then they get the conclusion is like this. So during what time is the highest reading that we have? Again, here is very clear. You can see 16 to 18 hours. That means 4 to 6 o'clock. Okay, in between there is 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, you tend to have very high blood pressure. Okay, so you must understand this graph. So anytime you take your blood pressure also allowed, okay, also can one. But make sure you return down the time that you are taking your blood pressure and very consistent during that time. Okay, you every day you take your blood pressure, so you will know because your circadian how it works. And if you got the times, normally we will ask you if you really experience some problem in blood pressure. Normally you have to measure maybe at least 2 times a day, okay, to get a graph how is your blood pressure in different times. Okay, and then the times normally we advise you to take is in the evening around 4 to 6, and then in the morning. Okay, you can see from here, your blood pressure will go down, okay, after 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, okay, up to 10 o'clock, it goes down and down because your activity inside your body is slowing down, okay, and prepare to sleep. So this is a graph, okay, which a person in a normal lifetime is start to sleep around 10 o'clock, then the blood pressure is going down, down and down, and up to 3 o'clock. Around 3 o'clock, your pressure will be the lowest in a day. So this is the point, okay, where your heart is not really working very strongly, because all the organs inside the body is slowed down already. Sometimes even your liver, you can see from here, okay, start from 12 o'clock up to 3 o'clock during this period, according to Chinese way of diagnosis. We say the circadian of the body. Normally during this period, your liver and your gallbladder will meridian will function very strong, but all other system will slow down, and then you are in a stage of sleeping. So your body activity is not that strong. Only repairing is happening. So your heart also will get some rest during this period. So your heart is not that strong. It will go down, and then you will allow the heart don't have to beat so much. Okay, so you will get a rest. Okay, and because this is time when your heart have the opportunity to rest, because the whole day the heart is working very hard. When you have activity, you have to press, pump, doing all those, and this give a lot of pressure to all the cells in your heart there. So during this after the working of your liver, gallbladder, and then it go into your lung system functioning very strong one. During this stage all the activity inside the body become very slow. I think. Okay, so after 3 o'clock, go into slowly go into 4 o'clock. So your blood pressure will start to begin to rise up again. Okay, this coordinate with the whole body functioning, because you see our nature, normal circadian of the body. This is the time when we are getting prepared or want to wake up in the morning. Okay, so the body will start slowly wake up, and the heart will slowly pumping faster and faster, give more pressure, give more stronger this blood circulation inside the body. So your blood pressure will rise up very fast, and then this is why a lot of people, okay, they will experience because here you can see when the blood pressure getting slow and then it goes up very fast. Okay, and then this changes might cause pressure in your vessel one. So this is the time normally 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Normally stroke will happen. Okay, why? Because why the pressure is going very high? Because normally during the sleep, okay, and especially those people before sleep, they didn't take some water, and then in between when they wake up because of sleeping, the body tends to repair your body. A lot of waste will be released to your blood. Okay, and then your blood will become thicker and thicker. So finally, our system will wake you up. Maybe you'll go toilet, and then you'll do some flushing, urine. Okay, through urine, and after urine, some people they forgot how to take some water. Okay, so the water contained inside the body getting lower and lower, and then your blood become thicker and thicker. So the flowing, and then up to here, when the pressure want to rise up, and then your blood become very thick, and then sometimes it will form the plaque, all those things. Then it will cause what we call stroke, all those happening during the time of 4 to 5 o'clock. Okay, this is why like elders, we normally will advise you put a glass of water beside your bedside. Okay, after you go for urine, you have to take some water. Okay, so to make sure your blood won't go very thick. Okay, because of all the waste still inside the blood there, and then it causes stroke problem. Okay, so the blood pressure will start to rise, and then you will wake up. Okay, you can see from 6 to 8, it will go up to the peak, the maximum in a day. Okay, it's normally 7 to 7 something. So this is the point. Normally we encourage you to measure your blood pressure. Okay, because this is the point in one whole day, the highest reading one. Okay, so if this point your reading is very nice, still very nice, that means all other times your reading should be lower. Okay, should be okay one. Unless the reading it fluctuate, that means you got some illness in your body, or it causes abnormal reading. This is a normal curve that we normally supposed to have. Okay, the timing. So we'll measure during these 2 points when our blood pressure is tend to be higher in a day one. That means 4 to 6 o'clock, and then another around 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning. This is the 2 period we measure. Okay, and if you tend to measure in the other times, is it okay? It's okay. Okay, but let's say you used to wake up in the very early in the morning, like 4 o'clock, and then you go and measure your blood pressure, and then you find that blood pressure like very low. Okay, and then you thought that is your blood pressure. Okay, without any knowledge that or because of the curve of the timing, okay, then you will have a wrong impression on the condition of your health already. Okay, you thought you are normal because this is the time your pressure normally will be the lowest or in one day, and then you are reading during that time. Okay, so you must have a basic concept on how normally the blood pressure is supposed to be. Okay, let's say you want to take in the maybe after you come back from work, okay, after you have taken some after your dinner, and then you have a rest already, or but we tend to not so many people will measure in the night lah, okay, like 9 o'clock, prepare to sleep. Okay, you want to measure here it will be lower also. So we will encourage you to measure during the blood pressure is higher one, this 2 point, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then in the morning 7 o'clock. Okay, so any point also your blood pressure. So why we tend to have this high blood pressure so easily? Because nowadays we have a lot of this risk factor which we tend to practice in our daily lifetime. All these risk factor will cause hypertension. Okay, you can see from here, the first one, like obesity. Okay, actually in Malaysia, actually obesity in Malaysia is the highest in Asia. Very high obesity. Okay, we tend to eat a lot and then exercise very less. Okay, and the way we eat, okay, a lot of fast food, processed food tend to have sodium, taken too much of sodium, and then this will cause easily will cause a hardening of vessel, and then it will lead to hypertension. So control on the salt intake is very important in controlling our blood pressure. Okay, and then because normally like flying, we like to take our foods cooked in a flying way. Normally flying food you have to be more salty, then you feel tasty, otherwise you won't feel very tasty one. So if very often you take food which you cook it flying way one, definitely your salt intake also very high, and then the oil that you are using, okay, it will give a very strong influence on the formation of the blood inside your blood pressure also. So try to avoid like animal fats or those. Okay, and then of course exercise today, a lot of people normally like when we talk about arm laser, we encourage you in the morning, in the evening, suppose to go for morning walk or go for evening walk. Okay, go to sunlight and then do some exercise in the morning. But we see a lot of people they can't do it. Okay, either because of laziness or all the other excuses like have to go and work very early in the morning. Okay, and then didn't expose to sunlight and then didn't exercise also. So lack of exercise of course will lead to obesity also like these two. And then thirdly, now too much of alcohol. Okay, and then of course drinking alcohol in a very reasonable intake, it would help. Okay, the blood pressure, blood circulation also. Okay, it will help your heart also, like wine, all those red wine. It will give a strong antioxidant effect and protect your heart, but in a reasonable quantity the intake. Okay, so too much of drinking, definitely it will give you, okay, your effect and then give a very to your liver one, because your liver have to break down the alcohol that you intake, and then you give a lot of work to your liver. And then another bad habit that a lot of people tend to have, that is smoking. Of course, smoking relate to so many this illness, okay, because of smoking, it will cause cancer. Okay, all the chemical inside and then the tobacco leaf, okay, and then the tar they are using, okay, inside the cigarette, okay, which will cause a lot of problem, especially the forming of the plaque and then inflammation in the bosom. Okay, and then finally, okay, because of nowadays, very stressful, because of money, very difficult to earn, especially like now, coronavirus, 3 months, never go and work, okay, or your business have to stop operating for 3 months, or financially you are very stressed, and then cannot sleep nicely, okay, insufficient rest, all this will cause your blood pressure tend to go up very fast one. Okay, this is what normally your lifestyle and then your mental stress, okay, that is happening to you. Okay, and then some people they might know their high blood pressure maybe is due to all these factors like overweight lah, okay, too much of eating lah, salty things lah, okay, too pressure lah, but they tend to know that, but they cannot change it. Okay, in that way, all the time your body will have to face all the stress and all this bad habit, and then it tend to lead to high blood pressure. And then of course during this time, doctor have to prescribe or some medication for you to lower down your high blood pressure. Otherwise, in the long term, your body, all those organs will be damaged because of high blood pressure. Okay, that's why those people, their high blood pressure tend to caused by all these 6 factors, normally very difficult to change. And then some people, even they know it, they cannot change it. And then your blood pressure cannot be lowered down. And then maybe you have to take your pill, your medication for your whole life. And then this is something which a lot of people, they are worried. Okay, even though they are worried, but they when talk about change, they still cannot make it because they sometimes we don't really understand all the whole concept inside here, and then we tend to giving all some excuses on this. Okay, this is the genetic of family genetic history on, let's say your father, mother have high blood pressure also, so you are genetically easily to get high blood pressure, or maybe genetically your vein or your artery or got some problem, okay, or maybe your control, the function of the body tend to easily will get high blood pressure one. So some people, even though they have practiced very good or like exercise, then very careful in eating, control their weight, okay, sleep early, and then they don't smoke, they don't drink, but they still have high blood pressure. Then in their case, normally we will say they have a family history, okay, and then they cause this. Otherwise, a lot of people they might tend to put all the blame on your father and mother, and then didn't review yourself. Actually, we have these 6 bad habit that cause your high blood pressure one. This one normally we will observe lah. Okay, a lot of people they will tend to give excuses on this, or genetically lah, because of my father and mother I have. So scientists and experts, they have already studied. Okay, even though there are a genetic issue, but because of genetic reason, and then it caused a certain illness, the percentage is not the high one. It's only 5 to 10%. Mostly all those illness it develop because of your bad lifestyle and your mental mentality and all this bad habit it causes the problem one. And then finally there are another type of high blood pressure which are caused by other illness one. let's say during pregnant, some people, okay, some ladies, they might have very high hypertension because of pregnancy. Okay, after delivery, okay, the high blood pressure will go down. Or some people, they might have artery goes to your kidney, they might have blockage there, or genetically, the artery there is quite narrow, smaller than normal one, abnormal one. So the blood delivered to your kidney is not that strong, and then it will have the kidney will respond and then release a lot of hormone to inform your brain, and then the brain will instruct the expansion of the artery, and then to provide more blood to your kidney, and this will tend to make your blood pressure to goes up very high one. Okay, all these high blood pressure because of other illness one. Normally the blood pressure reading will be very high one. Okay, but okay, bear in mind this type of blood pressure normally after you cure the primary illness which cause the secondary hypertension. Okay, once you cure the illness, okay, the hypertension problem goes down already, then you don't have to take medication. Okay, so a lot of people very worried about all this medication when we have high blood pressure. Okay, because just now I already mentioned it will damage a lot of important organs inside the body, and then all this medication maybe we're worried it will give a bad effect to your liver and then your kidney. Okay, and then in fact it will have some side effect lah. But if you really take care, or even if you take all this medication also, if you really take care on how to do all the detoxification or maintain your body nicely, it won't give you very serious problems. Okay, in fact, only when you take your medication and then you didn't really control it properly, higher and higher dosage you take, and then it didn't give very good effect in the controlling, and then you don't know how to take care also, or in terms of your kidney and your liver. Okay, and then the liver cannot do properly how to eliminate all these maybe all the waste of all this medication. It tends to have some effect on the kidney and your liver. Okay, otherwise don't have to be too worried on all this medication, because the side effect of the medication actually compared to didn't control your blood pressure, and then the effect of high blood pressure inside the body, if you really give a comparison, actually if you didn't take medication and let your blood pressure to go up very high just for a very short time, it will damage all the organs already. Okay, some people, they take hypertension medication or even for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Okay, they still can handle properly inside the body. So it's still, so we don't have to too worried when we have to take all this medication. Okay, just try to concentrate. Okay, really, if we take all the medication on how to do some detoxification, how to improve the liver function and then the kidney function. Concentrate more on that, and then don't concentrate more on the side effect, the worried on all this. Of course, worried tend to give you some energy and then your willpower to do some changes. But too worried sometimes will cause some mentality problem, and then make you nervous and make you worried on all the pill you eat. Okay, and then you cannot maybe affect your nervous system, and then cause other problems. So from here, we can see the type of drug that prescribed by doctors. Normally, it fall into 4 categories. Here are the 6 medicine normally doctor will use. Okay, 6 type. Okay, even though there are different brand and then slightly different function or on different all this uh, uh, diluter all those. Okay, and then so you can see from here, normally the first stage of what we call the high blood pressure, doctor uh, tends to begin with the this one that means to expand your artery and then expand all your vessel, the blood vessel, so that to let the blood flow can flow better inside the body. So if after using this, okay, then your blood pressure goes down already, that means it's effective. And then because different stage and then different people, they might have different reason which will cause the hypertension one. Some people might because of hardening of all the artery, vein, all those, and then it leads to the expansion of all these vessels, not that smooth already, then your blood pressure goes up. So once you apply this medication like episolin or all this, then the expansion of blood, your vessel getting better, and then your blood pressure will goes down. Then you are in a good position already. So it will take only one. But some people maybe their reason not only this, got other problem also. So that next normally doctor maybe will give you increase your urine one. Okay, this all this four also control potassium. Okay, and then increase your urine. Okay, urination. This to actually to increase the release of certain enzyme and certain so far what we call the secretion in your kidney there, so that the absorption of water back into our body will go lower down, and then it will increase the production of urine. So your urine will goes up, or because sometimes, okay, when you're flushing of your water, or you have water retention inside the body, either inside the blood itself or inside in between of all your cells, okay, all this will cause pressure inside the body, and then it will affect your blood circulation and tend to lead to high blood pressure one. So normally we have to take a very small like furosemide all those to increase the urination, okay, in your body, so that it will reduce. Okay, and then maybe you have to control, especially those have heart problem one, they have to control their intake of water also. Okay, within maybe 1000 cc or 1 liter only or per day. That is why, because if your body contain a lot of water, especially those people got a very high water retention inside the body one, they are especially you see those very fat got a very big tummy, or your waistline is very high, okay, and then you tend to have water retention inside that part in the abdomen side one. This will lead to pressure, and then your high blood pressure will tend to go up one. Okay, so that's why we have to flush out all the water, and then we need the help of this all this pill already. Okay, and then finally, if 2 types also cannot control your hypertension, then doctor maybe will have to go for 3rd type. Is to maybe control the strength, okay, and then all your nervous system, how you react, or to control how the gland release all the hormones, okay, and then the inner secretion of all those compression of your vessel, and then this those enzyme which will react to make the compression of your blood vessel to be higher one. They will block it, and then all the blocker, or sometimes even they will have some what we call the calcium blocker lah. Okay, all these things. Okay, so this is like this CCBS, this one, this is what we call the ionic calcium, the pathway of our ionic calcium will be blocked after you take this, so that the calcium goes into the muscle of your vessel, will lower down, and then your muscle won't be that strong when it compress. So the blood pressure won't be that high. So for those people who have suffered like heart failure, okay, doctor normally will prescribe this, okay, so that your heart won't overwork. Okay, it will control the heartbeat in a certain range. Okay, it won't let the heart simply go too far, too strong. Okay, so it will block the supply of calcium into. So when you take all this under this medication, you must understand also. So I will encourage, okay, especially those involved in health industry, one, especially when you're involved in selling like health food products, or like we selling all these medical device, we must have some knowledge on the medication they are taking. So sometimes when people tell you they are taking like warfarin, all those thinner, the blood one, all those medication, if you don't know, actually it's very convenient nowadays because of computer. You can simply go and search in using Google. Easily you get what are the medicine, is it okay, and then you from there you roughly will know what is the function, and then you can give some deeper study on actually what is happening inside your customer's body, and then give a better advice. So like those all these if they are taking like calcium blocker or this, of course, when they take supplement, we normally will advise them not to take too much of a calcium intake already, okay, because the doctor are already trying to use some medication to block all this calcium from entering into our heart cells, all those. So to lower down maybe the function of your heart, and then your vessel, okay. So and then if you didn't know you are taking, then the effect of the medication, it won't be that good already. Okay, so because of medication, a lot of people they might tend to be worried, okay, and then they will say sometimes maybe some people when they take blood pressure pill, after a certain time the blood pressure goes down already, then tend to stop it, okay, without consulting doctor one, and then only after a certain time the blood pressure goes up again, then they will start to take back the medication. Sometimes even didn't consult the doctor, take the old medicine given by the doctor, and then after a few days the pressure goes down already, then stop again. Then this is not a correct practice. Because if you always practice like this, your blood pressure will tend to go higher and higher one, okay, and then you will make your blood pressure very difficult to control in the later stage, okay. So try not to do that, okay. So normally consult your doctor. If your doctor say you are still not in the stage of taking under medication, he will advise you not to take medication. You have to change your lifestyle, okay. You have to do a lot of change in your diet, all those things, okay. And then after doing that, then your blood pressure lower down, then you really don't have to take under medication one, okay. So if you really cannot change, and then your blood pressure still go up, and then you go higher and higher, then after that doctor advise you to take, then of course follow the instruction from your doctor. And then because like using eye laser, you will lower down your blood pressure after using for a certain period, okay. And then combining with the medication that you are having, so it will give very good effect or to improve your blood pressure. Okay, when your blood pressure goes down, and then it maintains in a very good position, maybe you can consider slowly or lower down the dosage of your medication with the advice from or consultation from your doctor. Slowly you can go away. Okay, don't have to take medication. And then this is the condition. Actually, you can consider don't have to continue the medication. Okay, and then first one, this is what we call, this is very difficult to pronounce. This what we call, if layman, we say that is the artificial one, not really high blood pressure, but the reading is quite high, especially some old age people, they might have hardening in the vessel, certain percentage of hardening, especially in the artery that we measure, that we do the pumping one, and then this will eventually tend to lead to higher reading one. And then if you after doing maybe taking some doing exercise or taking some precaution step to improve, okay, and then to softening, okay, maybe you take some those tea like our purita will have effect of softening your vessel. Then after that, you find out that your blood pressure is going lower already, and then maybe that is the cause, or it lead to your reading tend to be higher. Then after all the changes, it goes down already. Then after that, you shouldn't continue, okay, your medication if you did take some you did under medication. Okay, so this is the time you have to stop. Okay, and then there are some cases. Some people will experience like white coat hypertension, what we call. That means once you go to hospital, when you see the nurse or the doctor, when they come up with the meter reading, and then put on all the tools or all the equipment device onto your hands, then you tend to becomes very nervous, and then your reading is very high. But what happens if at home your reading is normal one? Okay, sometimes some people they might say your meter is not correct lah. Okay, no, or there's what we call white coat hypertension. This is because maybe of your thinking. Once you go to hospital clinic, once you met those people in white coat, you tend to get nervous one. Okay, and then the reaction inside your body tend to overreact, and then the constraint of your blood vessel is very high, and then it lead to very high blood pressure. So this kind of problem, you shouldn't go for medication. Okay, and then the other type, just now I mentioned one. Okay, nowadays youngsters tend to have very high because all the lifestyle is not so good. But after changing lifestyle or bad habit like smoking, all those, their blood pressure will go down. Okay, and if you really can find out what is the reason, the primary reason which lead to your hypertension, and then you change it, and your hypertension is lower down or after a certain period, and with the permission from your doctor, you should stop your hypertension pill. Okay, and then we experience a lot of people after using arm laser, if they are very young, and then they after maybe after our consultation, our talk, they find out that their hypertension maybe is lead to they didn't rest properly, really didn't sleep properly, then they change their habit, and then their blood pressure return back to normal. Then they have a chance not to take their pill. And there are a lot of people, because even though they know their problem, but they find that very difficult to change, or some people they don't want to change. That's why if you didn't correct the illness, or didn't correct the original, okay, the primary cause of this hypertension, then of course the hypertension will keep on persist in your body. Then you have to take your pill the whole life. That's why we say this category of people normally they have to take for the whole life because of their mentality. Okay, you see the mentality will lead to they tend to have bad habit like smoking, or which even though they know that it will cause very bad effect to our health, they still continue. There is problem of mentality, I think. So in terms of like eating habit, okay, your lifestyle or sleeping or exercise, willpower, although all this related to your mentality one. Okay, so if your mentality you didn't, of course, maybe you have to take for the whole life together with all the pills already. So we advise, especially young people nowadays, because of this mentality, or maybe they don't have the chance listen to like the talk that we are giving today, or maybe they don't really you see like those people when they reach the age like 40 something, they tend to be more cautious or take precautions step to take care of their body, because they might face some friends or their father, mother, or their relative, okay, like pass away. Okay, they experience going to hospital more often, they see the patient there. Okay, then this will change their mentality, and then they start to take care. Okay, this is the problem. When young age, we thought young, because of young age, we have what we say, we have 本钱, okay, we have the capital, okay, to waste, okay, your life on, okay, we don't change our lifestyle, no discipline at all, okay, and then we thought that we still in good condition, but in fact, those people in the last section that I mentioned, those people really in good health actually only 5 to 10%, because those people are in tip-top condition, in their health in tip-top condition, normally they have to be very disciplined and really in eating, exercise, rest. They have to really take care. Only they can maintain. 75% of we are not in that category. Okay, what we call we normally in the position of pre-illness. Okay, what we call the 亚健康 or what we say sub-health. Okay, and then all this during this period, we tend to have hypertension. Okay, and then the third stage is what we say the special hypertension, or what I earlier mentioned. When pregnant, you got hypertension. This is called the secondary cause of hypertension. Due to other illness, you cause your hypertension one. So in this range, so if you are able to treat the primary illness, then you have a chance to recover back also. And then after recover back, maybe you don't have to continue with your medication. Okay, and then finally, the fourth group, those people once they take the pill, or maybe they experience certain illness which will tend to cause hypertension. Okay, that means a very low reading one. So you are not allowed to take all these hypertension pill okay, or after taking hypertension body will react very strong and then lead to hyper blood, okay, inside the body. Then maybe you have to really careful in taking this medication. So here roughly is when you can stop, who should take, and then you have a basic coverage on that. Now we come back to IM laser, how IM laser help the body to actually prevent and regulate your high blood pressure. Okay, from here, Okay, we knew that, from earlier explanation, we knew that, okay, this is the cause, the basic cause, and then to control your tree height, that means your hypertension or your high glucose level, what we call the hyperglycemia, okay, your high cholesterol, okay, we call hyperlipidemia. Okay, these three high normally it lead to very serious or illness or other illness in a later stage. So to prevent all those serious illness like your heart's problem, or all the stroke problem, even sometimes your what we call cancer, okay, kidney, okay, all this maybe in the early stage or you might experience this three high one. Okay, so in order to control this three high, so you must take into consideration all these 6 factors just now I already mentioned earlier. So in this process, you'll find out sometimes even you already notice you have to do something, you find difficult. Or then this is the time you need certain help. And then amylase should be a medical device which can help you. And especially in the prevention of getting all the tree high. Or, okay, if you already have tree high, okay, the use of hypertension, this medical device might of reducing, okay, or recover from tree high, okay, to a certain extent. Okay, here we go into more detail. If you are a newcomer, here I just roughly give some brief introduction on this laser. Actually, laser is a watch, okay, which will produce using a very high technology of laser, and then it will produce a light a red light under 650 nanometer. Okay, and then this the light scientists already confirmed, which will give a very good benefit to our body, especially in activating all the enzyme activity inside the body, okay, on activating our stem cells in the body, okay, is very strong, give a very strong effect and help in all the chemical reaction inside the body. Okay, so we are using laser put on your wrist there, then it will come out a light, and using the technology of the laser, it will penetrate into your bloodstream, okay, through your wrist here. It goes into the artery, and then it will attach on the blood cells and follow the blood cells, or it will deliver to the whole body of your body, and then it will deliver it indirect to the cells. Okay, inside the cells there, okay, the cells the activation of your mitochondria, okay, inside the cell, which are responsible to produce energy inside the body. A whole series of chemical reaction will happen, and then your powerhouse inside the cells will generate these 3 things. The first thing, the ATP, what we call the energy inside the body, inside the cells, which will maintain the cell's health. Okay, which will maintain the cells to work properly, the function of the cells itself. And then eventually the whole body of and then all the organs inside the body tissue are made by cells. So when your cells is very strong in ATP, it can protect, and then it can function properly. That means your organ can function properly, your system can function properly. That means your life is very energetic and very strong. Okay, in the case. And then secondly, it will release in the process in production of this ATP. Normally, how we process, we use the light, okay, the photon inside the light there. There is an ingredient which are equivalent the photon inside the sun. Okay, and then we find that why you should use this laser, because nowadays we tend to run away from sun. Because normally we don't really go for morning exercise, go for evening walk, which are the suitable time to go for exposure or a sun bath. Okay, and then we tend to miss this golden opportunity because of many kinds of reasons. So nowadays people are running away from the sun, and then we tend to live in an environment which are running away from all exposure to very good photon inside the body, inside the sun. Okay, and then all this photon, the reaction of the enzyme activity. Okay, and so when all these photon we use an IM laser to penetrate into the cells. Okay, and then it deliver up to your cells, activating all the enzyme, and then the creation of the ATPs is beginning, and then it will produce another ingredient what we call the nitric oxide, which is and then this the ROS, reactive oxygen species. All both of these are very strong agent of transmitting information inside the body. That is very important in the neuro, and then in the production of energy also. Okay, it's a signal. Okay, agent of signal, and then especially like nitric oxide. Okay, is a very strong agent to cleanse your blood vessels. Okay, so after because of all these things, the release of all these ATP and nitric oxide, ROS, okay, and then the function of enzyme activity getting higher inside the body. Once after using your IM laser for half an hour, normally it will lead to a purification of your blood inside the body. So after half an hour, you tend to see your blood become cleaner, and then the flow of your blood become better. So it will improve your blood circulation, and then the delivery of oxygen and your nutrient will be higher in the body. And then in the long run of using, nitric oxide will cleanse your blood vessel, and then the muscle of the vessel can be improved because of the higher ATP or repairing of the cells inside the vessel here. So the elasticity, of the vessel will be better. Okay, this is how the improvement of the vessel will get better, because it repair and then what we call enhance the elasticity of your blood vessel, so the expansion or contraction will be better controlled. And then inside the formation of all those plaque, all those problems, nitric oxide is a very good actually is a type of gas produced inside here. It will have the effect of cleansing all this plaque one. Okay, so after a certain period of using, or slowly, or maybe it will dissolve all these things. Okay, this is why in the market you will find a lot of food supplement which emphasize like this berry, very good in antioxidant. They will have effect of cleansing your blood vessel, and then the theory is because after taking all those supplement, the body will tend to increase in the production of nitric oxide. Okay, but in using IM laser or in the process of ATP, this nitric oxide will be produced by the body automatically. Okay, so it will give a very good benefit to the body. And then another good point in the controlling, just now we have already seen in control your blood pressure, we have to take into consideration your nervous system and then your endocrine system also. So our IM laser, after using, it will give you a very good effect on your neuron improvement because of ATP and then nitric oxide. The combination of this will repair and then will regenerate all the neuron cells, and then very good balancing on the nervous system. Okay, it will calm down all the endocrine system, balance of the endocrine system, promote better sleep. Okay, so all your hormone release will be stabilized and then in more balance. Those hypertension caused by like adrenal gland release all those hormone which tend to lead to contraction of your vessel and then a higher rate of beating of your heart, which will give hypertension. So the control of this all this gland and then the coordination of the nervous system on the release of all these hormones will give a very good effect on controlling your high blood pressure also. So after using I'm laser for a period, because the combination effect of all this happening, you will see your blood circulation will improve very much. That's why it gives a very good improvement and protection to your heart, and then all your damage or to your blood vessel will tend to reduce because of the improvement in your reading of your blood pressure. Okay, better and higher blood circulation, of course your blood pressure will go down because your blood also become cleaner and better, easier to move also, so your heart's burden will be relieved, and then this long term will provide an environment which will give an opportunity to regenerate and then to repair all your heart cells, and then slowly you'll get better and better. Okay, so this is in terms of repair and recover back, healing all your organs or vessel inside the body. I'm laser the use of I'm laser playing a very good role. Also, of course, if you already have those very serious illness like heart problem or very high hypertension or like liver, kidney is not function very good already, I'm laser will be a very good helper. Of course, we normally advise you to combine, okay, the therapy proposed by your doctor or either under a medical or maybe you're in an early stage, you have to change your lifestyle. Okay, you combine all those changes together with the use of our I'm laser, it will give a very, very good effect on the final result one. Okay, because here there are certain points, okay, we must really understand. Okay, sometimes some people they might complain why after using I'm laser or after 2-3 months or why my blood pressure still didn't go down. Okay, some that's why we need to know in a deeper way, okay, how I'm laser can help you. Some factors which I'm laser cannot replace one, you must understand, and then you need to do some changes, otherwise no matter maybe 10 units I'm laser you use also, you still cannot run away from getting or get rid of this 3 high one. Okay, so you must really understand how it works, and then what are the factors which you must do changes one, what are the factors of which I'm laser can help one. Okay, so from here you can see, because of the function of I'm laser have detoxification and purification function, so we can cleanse your body one. But I'm laser cannot help you in changing your diet. Okay, this you have to change, otherwise you have to relies on laser to help your body to do, okay, all the detoxification, and then the effect won't be that good. That means you here inside the body you start purify, and then in your mouth there you start eating all those very bad all the fast food, you didn't change it all. Okay, when we encourage you to take more veggie or fruits, okay, you must take more enzyme things, more okay, what we call okay, let's say you cannot sleep, we encourage you to take more those foods which are high in tryptophan. Then you don't follow, you don't want to change. You tend to eat a lot of meat or a lot of frying things, a lot of oil, and then we say advise you to take, then you like to fry, then you change to with those oils or don't go for frying, okay, use better oil, okay, don't go for pigs, okay, 猪油渣 don't take so much, okay, but you insist you don't want to change, then the result definitely won't be that good, okay, because laser is not a medical device which cannot replace everything one. It got its limitation also. So in the purification and detoxification in your body, iron laser can help you a lot because it will increase metabolism and then it increase the detoxification of your cells. A lot of ways in this process will be flush it out. That's why when you use iron laser, you need to drink more water, okay, because this is the process of helping your body to flush out all the toxin inside the body one. So the cleanse iron laser can help you one, okay. So and then when we talk about cleanse, sometimes we talk about bowel movement also, like constipation. Okay, the movement of your colon. iron laser, because of iron laser can balance your nervous system, can actually improve or enhance the signal, okay, and then the transmission of information from your brain to maybe your colon, okay. So the instruction given will be better, and then the contraction, the muscle of your colon can be improved by using iron laser one. So all this will help the constipation also. Then of course, definitely when we talk about constipation, or when it relates to your food, that means you have to take a lot of fiber food, you take vegetable, and if it didn't change, iron laser will help you up to a certain stage also, the certain percentage also only, okay. So if it didn't change, we can't do anything. The improvement will be maybe 50% only. Okay, so the changes still necessary. Okay, and then definitely when we talk about obesity, okay, you have to do a lot on diet. Okay, control your mouth, and then this, if you insist don't want to do anything to improve your weight, which are highly related, okay, to your hypertension one, okay, only rely on the increase of your metabolic after using iron laser, it won't be that good one. Okay, this is the theory. So number two, like exercise. Okay, if you can go for real exercise, after exercise, it will improve your blood circulation, the supply of oxygen or nutrient will be higher inside the body, which, okay, if you use iron laser will give you the same effect also, but iron laser cannot replace the effect of exercise or those effect or exercise give to your bone, to your muscle, okay, especially the building up of muscle inside the body, and then the building up of your bone density, okay. There are true movement in the exercise, okay. But at least those people who can't go for exercise one, you want a better circulation, a better metabolic, you can use iron laser to help you, okay, up to that stage only, okay. So you can't totally replace exercise, okay. So the third one, sleeping. Of course, sleeping, if you really experience sleeping because of hormone imbalance or release of this melatonin, okay, you have problem in your pituitary gland, okay, your pineal gland, all this which will affect, okay, your sleeping, might cause your insomnia problem, then iron laser can help you, okay. But your sleeping, if really because of lack of a certain nutrient, okay, what we call just now earlier, we said tryptophan food, you didn't take properly, it causes the formation of your melatonin, which is a hormone control how you sleep one, then you got problem of sleeping. And then last, of course, some people, not because they cannot sleep, they tend to have mentality problem. They don't want to sleep, or they thought that sleeping is a wasting of time. And then, of course, this eye laser cannot help you. Okay, and then eye laser can help you to calm down, relax your nervous system, which will help you in the process of sleeping also. So understand the extent which of helping you, and then you do some cooperation, then of course it will give you a better effect in all the aspect of repairing your body. So from here you can see detoxification, and then your digestion and absorption inside the body will be higher because your blood circulation will be improved, and then enzyme activity is higher, then it will have a better effect on digestion, and then your absorption will be higher. So here you must take care also, absorption not only in terms of absorb what you eat, okay, your cell absorption of all the nutrients when they break into a very small molecule, the absorption of your cells will be improved also, and then sometimes it will increase the absorption of all the medication that you are using also, and then this will tend to lead to the medication that you are taking like overdosage. Okay, for example, if we are taking some high blood pressure medication, then you use eye laser also. The pill is to improve expansion of your blood vessel one, and then eye laser will tend to have this effect also, and then it will improve the blood also. So the expansion is too strong, then your blood pressure will tend to go lower than normal. Okay, and then it become sometimes it will cause some discomfort to your body also, and then this is the time when we have to lower down our dosage of using of medicine. Okay, and then we are using that method or that concept to reduce slowly the medicine that we are using, because it can improve the absorption of all the medicine also, and then the dosage you have a chance when the eye laser is creating all the good result of repairing, restoring, and then your medication can be reduced slowly and slowly until a stage you don't have to be under medication. Okay, and then the third stage, okay, by repairing your nervous system, improving all your neuron function, and then all your circulation inside the body, okay, especially the hormone can be balanced, then definitely it will help improve your sleeping also. So if you can sleep nicely, your pituitary gland will increase the release of growth hormone, growth factors, and then combined with the activation of all the stem cells inside the body, this will give a very big, very powerful effect on the repair and restore your whole body. So the repair, restore, and regenerate of all your cells will happen when you sleep. So sleep is a very important factors in maintaining. You can see here, if you got a certain illness already and then you cannot sleep, very difficult to repair. And then during the repair, your growth factor, your growth hormone, and then your stem cells are playing a very important roles, because the regenerate of cells need the function of your stem cells, which normally owing to the aging, the stem cell are normally already inactive or sleep in your body already. So the function of photon will wake it up, okay, and activate the all the stem cells, and then it will playing its roles in the production of new cells or the regenerate, and then the repair need the helps of all the growth factors. The growth hormone is very important. Okay, so repair, restore and regenerate. Remember, it will happen when you sleep. That's why we emphasize a lot in sleeping. So try, okay, to have a very sound sleep or very quality sleep. Or if really can't, use IM laser to help you. When you use, try to put beside the standard usage, or put on the wrist and the nose there, okay, using the nasal line, or sometimes you can put on your 百会穴 on top of the head, okay, and then in the middle of your eyeball here, okay, what we call the yin tang xue. Here, we will activate the gland inside, and then there is a small hole there. You will deliver the light to your brain also. And then from the 百会穴 there, we are using the acupuncture point theory, the qi theory, to improve the 任督二脉 in the 2 meridian point, which connect both the front meridian and the back meridian, to make the circulation improve, and then it will slowly activate and then improve the circulation of all the meridian, which will make sure your 361 meridian point will be opens up, and then the qi will go very strong, and then it will improve the whole body. This is the theory of Chinese meridian theory. And then finally, it will balance up the whole body system. Once the whole body system running in very harmony, okay, condition, of course, your body will slowly improve. All your cells become stronger and stronger. All your organs become better and better. All the coordination between among all the system will be stronger and stronger. And then you will go into a stage where your mental, physical, and then your psychological thinking will be clearer, and your body will become more energetic, stronger. You can do a lot of things, a better stamina. Okay, so from here, okay, these are the two which IM laser really cannot help you. There is to stop your smoking. There is your willpower, and then your understanding on the harmfulness of side effect, which drinking of alcohol and smoking will bring to your health. Okay, so if you really don't want to change all this, really, you use IM laser, it will give you a certain improvement. But of course, if you really, that kind of people who are very stubborn, don't want to change one, then I would advise you have to spend the money in using IM laser, definitely. And then normally I would say everybody need to use IM laser, because I know that it's quite tough and then quite difficult to change, okay, those lifestyle habit. It's not easy to change. And then we thought we had the determination to change it, but finally we didn't change. And then we don't use IM laser to help, to improve, to maintain, or at least to a certain stage, okay, of maintaining the health of the cells. Then definitely we'll go into a position which our body is in a bad cycle, a negative cycle. Our cells are getting lower and lower in the production of energy, and then the organs become weak only. Okay, and then you will develop into a serious and chronic disease in the later stage. Definitely it will happen. Even sometimes we do maintain or do take care of ourselves, or in terms of all these bad habit, only to maybe you didn't do well in exercise only, some people. Or maybe some people, they didn't sleep earlier only. Okay, other things they maintain properly. But you still will face the problem of aging, or because there is a nature way of there is life. Okay, our lifespan is around 120 something. Okay, which automatically body will go into a stage, or the body will slowly goes down. But we are trying to delay the process. Okay, trying to live a longer time, at least, or maybe go up to 110, 100, and not like right now, we average have a lifespan of 75, almost 50 years less than the lifespan we are supposed to have. Okay, so this we should understand in full. Okay, when we use IM laser. Okay, so for those who are new in the use IM laser, because the way I explain, maybe you still cannot give a very good slightly give another 5 minutes. I go through this. Okay, this is normally when we go for live blood analysis. Okay, this is the blood cell. Before using IM laser, normally you will see your blood become very cluster, difficult to move, and then your oxygen and delivery of your nutrient tend to be slower, and then not that efficient inside your body. So the creation of energy inside the body won't be effective. So after using for half an hour, okay, drinking a little some water, then you will see how the blood cells will opens up, and then it will run very fast. That means the delivery of your oxygen and then the nutrient inside the blood there will be better. And then this is the basic first step in improving our health. Okay, in the maintaining maintaining of our wellness. Okay, we are saying that the first step you must take is to make sure your blood circulation is very good, because it relates to the delivery of your oxygen and your nutrient to your cells, which is the most basic thing. Okay, we are talking about when maintaining your wellness. Okay, so some people, they might put a lot of emphasis on the nutrient itself. Okay, making a lot of new. But if your blood circulation is no good, very sticky, thick, what we call the blood, the what we call the cost, how to say there. Okay, normally we call the thickness okay, and then it flow very slow. If you didn't improve that, sometimes the nutrient that you intake you cannot deliver properly to your liver to process, and sometimes too much of nutrient, you will give burden to your body also. Okay, sometimes nowadays we are not short of nutrient, but we are sometimes we are over nutrient or imbalance in nutrient. Okay, what we say. Okay, so you can use as an needle also. Okay, if you know all those acupuncture point, okay, when you use IM laser, you can use the NASA line. Okay, instead of putting into your nose, you can use it as a needle also. So in China, actually, they are already practicing using the laser as a needle. Okay, and then they put onto all the meridian point. Of course, the design of the machine is slightly different. They will come out maybe like 10 points or 20 line coming out. Okay, so they can fix into different point inside the body and give a very good effect in the qi, and then in the controlling of the body using the Chinese way. Okay, even I've gone through some documentary. They are using all this technique by controlling the 穴道 the meridian point. They can open doing surgery without using under medication one. You don't have to go under how we call it you don't have to 麻醉 okay, you can go just putting few those needle. Now they are practicing using the light already. So the light will give the same effect or like they even higher effect than the needle they use, and then they won't hurt your body. And then eye laser is applying the theory of body temperature also. Okay, it will help your body to increase 0.5 up to 2 degree of your body temperature. It won't be very high. After using, it won't cause you to be sweating a lot like when you use infrared. Okay, it will make you sweating a lot, which will give you good benefit on health also. But the theory is different. We find that if keep on sweating also will cause you some side effect inside your body. So scientists recommend to use 650 nanometers theory of light. There are some theory behind. So eye laser will help your body to increase 0.5 up to 2 degree only. So some people, they might tend to ask this question after using, will I feel very heaty or not? So from here, you know that if early stage, maybe your body system is still not running in an optimum way, maybe it can increase only 0.5. Okay, but after certain period, because the cells will generate more powerful energy, maybe it will go higher. But the maximum, normally it will control under 2 degree only. Why is so important to increase your body temperature? Because the research already find out, okay, if your body temperature is lower than the usual temperature, which 100 years ago, our body temperature is supposed to be average 37 degree one. But don't know how after 100 years, our body temperature is going lower and lower. Now, actually, average body temperature is now maintaining at 36.6 degree. So we are 0.4 degree or lower compared to those times. So in fact, our antibody immune system are not that strong compared to those days, because every 1 degree of lower down, okay, your immune system will get lower down by 30%, at least 30%. Okay, so the increase of your degree, okay, of temperature, okay, up to the normal temperature of 37, it will improve your immune system at least 5 to 6 times higher, okay, better. So we supposed to maintain our body temperature. So here, by the way, I would give some information on temperature also, because during coronavirus attack, so we tend to take our temperature every day. But I find out a lot of people, they don't know what is your average, what is your normal temperature, when is your when you are supposed to take some action, you are in fever condition or high fever condition. So this is a very common knowledge that we supposed to have one. But I see a lot of people, they don't have this type of knowledge. Okay, here, from here we can see, just now I already mentioned 36.6 is the average. Okay, but okay, 34 up to 36.8, okay, under this range, we call still consider normal temperature inside the body. Okay, of course, different part of the body will have different temperature one, but we will measure the correct way lah, either under your tongue or normally under the tongue, your forehead. Now we use the gun, there are more accurate way. Okay, and then so 34 up to 36.8, okay, you are still okay one. So if it develop up to 36.8 and then 37 up to 37.8, now you are in mild fever condition. Mild fever. And then this is the condition normally when you have inflammation, or normally when your body are trying to increase the body temperature during the fighting of maybe bacteria or virus inside the body. and then your immune system is not that strong, or your body will get the instruction to expand and then to increase the blood circulation. So you need to increase, okay, slowly your temperature. And then this is why how you will have mild fever, okay, slowly, and then the increase of a very small degree, okay, it will increase your immune system. Okay, all the white blood cell will be stronger, and then you will fighting all will happen inside your body. So try not to simply take a pill, okay, to control your mild fever, okay, especially like kids, we tend to take, or during a little bit of fever, we will go for medication already. So in the long way, okay, if we too early, we compress, okay, the body, or to reduce back, or to adjust back the temperature, or in the long run, maybe the body will lose the ability to rise up your temperature, body temperature, so easily. So later on, when in the fighting of virus and bacteria, your immune system won't be that strong. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, so when is the time we say you are in high fever? There is above 38.2. Okay, sometimes maybe you go to 39, or some even 40, very high temperature. So when you reach 38.2, okay, so if you still can wait for a while, okay, if you go down, it will return back in a very short while, or maybe within 1 hour, you go back to 37, mild fever. Then you can hold on, don't go for simply go for medication already. Okay, so but if it maintain 38.2 for more than half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, then this is the time, okay, your body actually lost control on adjusting your temperature. So this is the stage you need some help from outside. There is to take some medication, or like you take some Panadol, some those will lower down the temperature. So you or some Chinese medication. So all this medication, you find that after taking, you will get sweating, because sweating is a process of lower down the body temperature. Okay, and then it is very effective one. So that's why the Chinese way of lower down the temperature normally is different from Western way. Okay, Western way normally maybe you will use some ice pack okay, to reduce down. But Chinese normally will take even sometimes you see like Chinese way will wear more clothes, okay, putting on the saline get your higher level of body temperature. And then finally you get sweating, and then sometimes we drink those things very hot one, then you get sweating. So through sweating, and then you drink a lot of water, okay, through your urination. That's why during fever, urination become very hot, heaty one. So that's the way the body adjusts your body temperature, okay, to let it goes down. So when you are in mild fever or slightly higher, you drink more water, rest properly, okay, then it will reduce, and then you improve the flush of all the and then the high temperature inside the body. Okay, that's why normally you see doctor will ask you go back and sleep, and then drink more water. That is the reason. Okay, so increase of temperature might tend to help you in release pain, okay, and then because it tend to increase the temperature also. So by using IM laser, you will give a very good effect on the improvement of inflammation and all the pain. Okay, so this is how it functions. And then, of course, the magnetic therapy apply in IM laser, it will improve your inflammation very strong also, because it will change the magnetic field inside the body, and in your blood, it will influence the movement of your blood itself, okay, and then improve inflammation and then your blood circulation. Okay, so this is basically some of the point I mentioned for those who still don't know what is really first time seeing I'm laser one. So here, lastly, because actually I'm already finished the times I've been given because I have to talk speak in English which delay my speed so forgive me for the delay. Okay, finally I want to close off myself here. Okay, here the final tips from me. Okay, because the study and from scientists from American, they say that without taking proper breakfast, it will lead to this increased cardiovascular mortality by 87%, and the stroke probability is 3 times higher if you didn't take a proper breakfast. Okay, and then these are the some advice from me. Okay, please. Okay, this is the diet you are supposed to take. Even though today I'm supposed to only talking about I'm laser as a nutritionist, I still want to give you some tips on this. Okay, take more vegetable, more fiber things. Okay, of course, vegetable contains a lot of fiber. Okay, supplement or if you have hypertension like oats, all those will contain very high fiber. Okay, less this oily thing, especially animal oils. Okay, and then processed food, fast food, which will contain a lot of sodium, all those things. And then try reduce all types of this sodium, sugar, all this lah. Okay, because all this will lead to hypertension. And then try your best to take more vegetable, especially this type, the vegetable that I put here. Okay, and then this is the vegetable that will help fight like clean your blood vessel lah, okay, or protect the cardiovascular. Okay, here like corn lah, tea lah, okay, your tomato lah, garlic lah, onion, especially this garlic, onion, ginger. Okay, they are like lemon. Okay, all these are actually they got supplement or combine all these things to help improve your circulation also. So you can see here in your daily meal, put all this inside to make sure you have a better protection over your vein or your artery. But if you really cannot change your habit to more vegetable intake one, then I will recommend you to take Ventus product Purita. Okay, which are very good in focusing on blood vessel health one. Okay, it will softening the blood vessel, or it will give some effect on lower down your blood this glucose, and then preventing the formation of clotting, and then it will cleanse your vessel. So combine the use of M laser with your Purita, it will give a very good effect on softening, okay, your blood pressure, your blood vessel. And then finally your PSR, you can consider, because normally we will combine PSR and M laser together when we use it, because PSR will contain a lot of minerals, and then enzyme, and then is a very strong, give a very strong protection, very high antioxidant, and then of course, okay, it will produce or help the body to produce more oxygen. Okay, and then this is essential in the improvement, okay, of all the cells health, and then it will eventually benefit those people who have high blood pressure. So normally we will combine the use of PSR, because especially those who are low in enzyme intake, that means normally they don't take vegetables so much one, they may experience lower enzyme activity inside the body, especially in the blood, inside the blood, which will cause the blood to attach and cluster. We will advise them to take PSR to reimburse, okay, to put back some necessary this enzyme into the body, so the effect of cleansing will be higher inside the body. Okay, earlier, actually, we have another product called Everest, which are very good to at least you can take inside during your breakfast one. But this product are already stopped temporarily. Okay, now I can't recommend to you already. But there is another product which we are going to introduce. There's CV8, which is very high technology and very high protective to the cells, and it involve like those wow ginseng involve stem cells technology. Okay, we will introduce into the market. I'm waiting for all the word, all the information, and then the picture of the packing from Ventrososo. I will explain later. So up to here. Sorry for the delay. I've delayed for 15 minutes already. Okay. So it's the time I pass back to Jocelyn. Okay. If you have some question you want to ask, maybe I give you another 5 minutes to do that. Very sorry. Okay, Jocelyn.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lee, for the great sharing. Yes, okay, I'm here. So anybody, can you hear me? Can I? Okay, so thank you, Mr. Lee, for the great sharing. Okay, so I saw there's few questions here. So maybe Mr. Lee, we need your help to maybe explain to them. Rajindra. Okay, so pressure 82, 57, 77. Oh, this one is actually upper one, is it? Upper reading, is it? 82, 57, 77.
Very low.
Oh, very low.
Hypertension. So hypotension. Okay.
Okay.
What is the reading already? What is the reading already?
82, 57, 77.
Oh, okay. The heartbeat is 77. Okay. So heartbeat is still normal. Okay. So if this range, actually, did you consult your doctor? Okay, because normally it will involve, because only based on the reading, this what we call hypotension idea. It means too low your pressure reading. Sometimes it might because of a certain problem inside the heart there. Okay, but so far we see the heartbeat are still in 77 or still normal range. But normally it will indicate the strength of your heart maybe is not that good already. Okay, and then it cannot press properly and then give a stronger push inside the body, so that that's why the reading is very low. So hypotension tend to happen for those people who got heart failure one. Okay, that means the compression of the cells inside the heart slowly cannot function that good. Then the heart don't have the strength to pump already. So the strength that it produces is not that strong, so it won't produce very high pressure inside. And then the reading become lower and lower. And then some people maybe they might have a problem like very low in blood volume. Okay, blood count very low. Okay, so your heart don't have to press very hard. Then it already push the blood to the one, so you will have a lower temperature, just like normal ladies. Normally you all tend to have a lower reading, like 90 something over 60 something. Okay, but now actually it's a man or woman.
It's a woman. Rajinder Kaur. Is it a man? Because he answered that doctors say normal for some people, is it?
Yeah. Normal for some people. That's why if you're a lady, maybe sometimes, and then the times.
Okay.
Is a woman.
Lady lah, maybe okay lah.
Okay. So, but of course you have to put some concentration on how to increase it lah. Okay. Number one, see whether you got any problem in your blood volume. Produce more blood. Okay, better blood. Okay, is it the blood very thin? Okay, the production of a certain protein inside the blood is not that good. So you try to improve by taking more like those foods which is white black or red in color, okay, maybe the blood volume will have to slightly increase. You check your blood or see the blood count, is it very low or not? Okay, and then of course sometimes some people the blood vessel can the nervous system some people they will practice, let's say like those people who practice this meditation in a very good up to a good level they might have a very relaxed mind, calm, okay, and then their body system or the nervous system is in a very good position, so the verse or the vessel is very opens up, and then this will lead to a lower reading in your blood counting one.
Okay, so we
and then,
go to the next because we still have a few questions to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So next one, my SYS is normal, but why my DIA reading high until 95 to 100? What is the root cause?
Okay. Okay. It means it indicates the heart actually didn't rest nicely. Okay, there are so many. Yeah, you have to consult doctor or have a deeper or proper or medical checkup on that. There are certain wrong inside the body. Okay, but the cause there are many causes. Okay, I suggest you have to go for very detailed checking if you consistently or have this kind of reading. There's abnormal. Okay, totally abnormal. Okay, get the advice from doctor.
I see. Okay, it's reading of 118, 65, 51, good for 63 years old person. 118, 65, 51.
Of course, the heartbeat of 50 something unless you are very strong, very tough, you exercise very often, and then you indicate your heart is very strong, okay, then you can just by 51 times per minute, you can solve all your problem already. But if you didn't look like very strong, okay, you didn't show that you are a very healthy person, and then you have this type of reading, that is not that good. Okay, that means sometimes when those got very weak heart strength, because the heart cannot pump faster. Okay, it cannot pump because normally heart will do some adjustment when they face all this pressure. Okay, number one, the heart will press harder. Okay, number two, if the heart cannot press harder, it will change. It will beat faster. Okay, so if your figure of reading is very low, 50 something, normally we will beat average of 70 something. Okay, so 50 something is very low, and then your blood pressure is very low also. So unless your heart is very strong, okay, it adjusts then it press 51 times, it can achieve for all the. Otherwise, you got some problem. Okay, check with the doctor. Okay.
So David asked about nitric oxide. I understand that nitric oxide production drop when we age. Yes, correct. Plus, how to increase it? Use IM laser and also take nitric oxide supplement. I think you try to use IM laser. I think because IM laser will help to increase the nitric oxide also.
Yeah.
So you try to use it.
Okay, since you already know actually.
Yeah. Okay. Edwin is asking, is 3-in-1 coffee sachet good for? I think this is no good lah. Try not to take it. Okay, 3-in-1. Actually, we are not encouraged. Okay. Once a while, okay lah, but not every day or maybe. Okay. So what else? ECG. Okay. Thank you. Can take beetroot. David asked beetroot for the nitric oxide one just now. I think no problem, right?
No problem. But only beetroot itself, it won't be so effective.
Okay. Okay. Any more question? Thank you so much for staying with us. We still have 68 participants here. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Any more questions? Okay, so it's 10:25 now. So I think it's not early already. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Okay.
Okay, so thank you, everybody. Sorry for the delay, and then sorry for thanks for the question.
Thank you. Let's say you all want to say goodbye to Mr. Lee just on your video and also unmute you. Okay, just say hello and also thank you so that we can know who are you. Okay, so thank you and good night to everyone. Okay, thank you. Okay, wait ah. Can I unmute all? Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. Okay, let's spend two and a half
Thank
hour.
you,
Okay,
Angela.
wish
Okay,
you
Bye-bye.
good
thank you.
health.
Yeah.
So sleep earlier.
Eh.
Okay.